Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm working on a bathroom vanity. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I have to call you back. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, didn't see you there. Yes, this is an old phone, but it doesn't work and it's rotary, you know? I love these phones. Anyways, my name is Lucy and I'm from Revamp and this is my cockapoo Lacey. I appreciate you tuning into my channel and wanted to go over what we're going to do today. So we are going to be painting a bathroom vanity from start to finish. We're talking like this is a nasty vanity. So the video is going to be based on do's and don'ts, what not to do, and how to fix it and how to do it the right way. So if you like today's video, make sure that you please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, click on that notification sound or that notification bell so that you can get notified for every time that I post a new video. All right, so let's begin on this, what I'm going to call the nasty project. Okay, are we ready to tackle this project? So first of all, I want to explain before you start on, any project that you're painting, prepping is really important. Making sure that things are taped up. As you can see, I already had started on some of the taping. I will show you on this one end of taping, but obviously we're doing a vanity here, okay? And you might be asking, well, why are you doing it? What's wrong with it? It's already done. No, this is a horrible job. This is an example of a horrible paint job. The person prior to this home, what they used on here is a flat construction paint on a vanity. Number one, that's not what you use for a bathroom vanity, especially when there is water involved. I just can't believe that they still did this. So there is also no seal on it. So why is this important not to use a flat paint on a vanity? Even cabinets, like kitchen cabinets. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about this here. You can't clean anything when it comes to flat paint. I don't know if you can see it real close up or not, but there are dirt marks here that you can't come, it won't come off. And if you did put water on this and start rubbing it, you're going to get into the finish, which is obviously the wood finish. So, and it's really, really rough. It's like chalky, worse than chalk finish. I can't even stand it. And not only that, but the imperfections when it comes down to how they painted this, that all needs to be, cleaned up, which I'm going to show you right now, a close-up of what I'm talking about so that you can kind of see. Okay, so here are some of the imperfections of this lovely paint job. Okay, so all this has to be sanded down. And then over here, I did take the cabinets out and the drawers, which I'll show you in a bit, but never ever paint while they're intact. Always remove your drawers and your cabinet doors. I don't care if you're painting furniture, whatever. This is a lazy way of painting, just leaving everything. So we're going to remove all this and show you, but look at this paint job. So it needs to be fixed up. It's just horrible. So again, make sure also people forget to paint. If you're doing a vanity like this, then make sure that you cover up underneath the sink, because you don't want to get paint, right underneath your sink, because that's going to show. And down here. So down here, not only did I use tape, but I also used paper. And the reason why I did that, you can use paper, plastic, whatever you want. Sometimes I get a little too friendly with my, brush, and it can get all over the place. I get a little excited when I'm painting. Maybe there's some drips. Well, we don't want to get drips, on the floor. So I did put paper all over just to cover everything. A painter would not paint like this or put flat paint on a vanity. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm just, still thinking about how ridiculous that is. Or maybe some, person that wanted to do it themselves and they didn't know. That's why these videos are so great, that somebody can show you the right way. All right, so now everything is all taped up, and now we are ready to scruff up and kind of sand the piece before we actually start painting. One good thing about this piece, that's only good about it, is this can be used as our base primer, so thank you to the person who did this. We don't have to, take all this off, all the paint off. We're going to be using it as our, as our primer. So we're going to get the sander, a hand sander out, and start sanding these little pieces just to make sure that they're flat, and then we get everything. But I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's how gross it is. All right, well, let's start sanding. All you're doing is basically scruffing it up. See, it's so smooth now. If they only maybe did that, if they wanted to be lazy and not do what they did. So right here is a little rough. So we're going to add a little more power to our hand here. And if not, we'll take the detail sander. But it looks like it's working. Let's see. Yeah, it needs a little detail sander right over here because it's a little rough. So anyways, we're just going to do the whole thing. This ain't that bad as once you see the doors and the drawers, they're pretty nasty. So this is the fun part. So guys, if you're going to do this, my advice to you is do it the right way. Now, especially if you're, doing it in your own home, or maybe you're doing a project for somebody, you want to paint it the right way. So stuff like this doesn't come up, or the wood starts coming off. And as you can see a little bit right over here, there's chipping of the, oh, that's not even chipping. Oh, it is part chipping wood as well. And again, this is a vanity. So water and all that kind of fun stuff gets on it. Okay. So like I said, we're just scruffing it up. Now there's a couple places that I want to use the detail sander, and we're going to do that right now. All right, so this little area right here is got some something that I need to, I can even use it here where you guys can, see it a little closely. I just want to, so this is going to make some noise a little bit. And that's it. Really easy. Easy. So you can also, if you don't want to use a rag or anything, sometimes I even take the vacuum out and use the head of that vacuum just to take all of the whatchamacallits out, the dust. Love this little guy. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to continue just, sanding this down real quick so that you're not sitting here watching me sand all this. But this is all that we're going to be doing. We're just basically scruffing this up, and then we're going to go and head on to where the cabinets and doors are. But before we do that, I'm going to move over to the side, and I'm going to show you what the side looks like, because there are some areas there that if we do sand it, it might need a little help. But let's go check that out. Okay, here we are on the side. Not so bad. We do have these two holes over here that we are keeping because that's where the toilet paper holder is going to be going. So sander, again, you take your hand sander, and all you're going to do is just scrub it up. That's all you're doing to make it smooth. And this is great. So you continue doing that all the way down. And then wipe it down clean so we can be ready to paint. So that's all that we're doing. Okay? Okay, we are now ready to start on the drawers and the cabinets. So I'm going to go over a couple things here. Same thing. They got that flat paint. Did a horrible job. If you can see this really closely, there's paint drips on them. They are dirty. Let me show you this one. They're pretty dirty. Okay. But the worst part, let me show you this part right here. Sorry about this little noise here. Here is the cabinet door. Do you see these drips of paint? And it's all over. This, what we need to sand this and make sure that it's flat for our new paint that we're going to be putting on. But the worst part is they left the hardware intact, okay, as they painted. So what did they do? They painted the hardware. This is a no-no. Don't be lazy. Take out all the hardware, the pulls, whatever. Remove everything. There's no need to leave anything on because that is a lazy way of doing it. These are some good, this is good hardware and these are not cheap, but they painted them. The second reason why you wouldn't want to paint the hardware, especially now when it comes to your cabinet doors, I don't know why they painted this, but you know, they did. They also painted the screws, guys. So they painted the screws. This is horrible. So if this was intact, luckily we got it out. But if you paint this together, it gets stuck. And now you can't get it out. And that is a good example of how you can actually strip a screw and then people really can't get it out. So you don't want to do that. You want to remove everything. Also, when you're opening and closing the doors, it could get stuck like this. It starts cracking. Now, if you're doing this on a piece of furniture, say you got this distressed look and this was actually outside instead of, inside, then fine, leave it. But something like this, you want to remove your hardware. I mean, this is a little, ridiculous. All right, so what we're going to do now is we got a couple of drawers here and we got a couple of, cabinet door. We got 2 cabinet doors and we're going to sand off all of the paint drips off of here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, since the paint drips are pretty thick and they seem like they've been here for a while, I'm just not going to use the hand sander. I'm going to use the detail sander. So we're going to try to remove, we need to smooth this out. Because again, this is great that this paint is on here as my base primer. So block your ears because here we go. And look at that. That's it. It's smooth. So you want to go around everywhere that you see drips. You go over every single piece. So let me do this one with you too. And gone. And then once we do that, once we go over and just get the drips, then we're going to take our hand sander and then we're just going to scrub up the area. Make sure that you remove these little the cabinet door protectors because those are cheap and you can buy them. Okay, so they're old. Goodbye. And then just sand everything down, even the middle here, because it makes it easier for you to paint. That's all. All right, let me just show you guys the front here. What's going on here? All right, same thing. Luckily, there's no paint drips, very surprising. But there are some cracks like this where paint was coming off. Again, I mean, what do you expect when you're putting this type of finish, which is that flat construction finish, inside of a bathroom? So all you do, you can either do, or you can use your hand sander and, you know, try to see if you can get it done, and it looks like it's working. I do love the detail sander because it is a little faster, and I just like, you know, using this. So let me drag this one here. And that's done. So we are going to go around everything, and so let me show you this right here real quick. The drawer. So I only had one paint drip there, so I'm just going to grab the sander here. And what's nice about this, you can go in the that's it. Done. So, and then same thing, you're going to take your sander, your hand sander, and just sand. Just sand and smooth. Just so it's again, you'll have a nicer finish for your own paint. So go around on your cabinets and do what I just showed you, and then we are going to start painting. Well, guess what? This video is just part 1 of 3. So we're doing a series here. So make sure that you click on that notification bell, because I will be posting part 2 of today's video that we just saw, starting with this vanity. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. But most important, make sure that you click on that notification bell, because part 2 is coming.